What happens when the unexpected unfolds at 35,000 feet? With smartphones in every pocket and cameras rolling constantly, we're documenting phenomena once dismissed as impossible. From dark humanoid figures floating in the sky to UFOs slicing past passenger jets so close that pilots had to dive to avoid disaster. These are the moments that turn routine flights into scenes straight out of science fiction. Let's discover 15 of the most incredible moments ever captured by flight passengers. Just before sunset, a passenger filmed a figure hovering several meters above the ground. Too dark to be mistaken for Jesus Christ, it appeared humanoid, its silhouette obscuring any clear identification. A bystander also recorded it, capturing the entity as it gazed down with an unsettling stillness. The witness shared a few details, leaving speculation wide open. Was it a witch, a Frankenstein-like figure with a jetpack, or something extraterrestrial? What made the footage compelling was its stability. Unlike a balloon or drone, the figure didn't sway or drift. It simply hovered, as if aware of being observed. The video quickly spread, drawing attention from UFO researchers, paranormal investigators, and skeptics. Analysts studied each frame, proposing explanations such as drones, balloons, or atmospheric tricks. Others claimed the hoax, yet metadata and witness accounts suggested authenticity. The incident reignited debates about extraterrestrial life and unexplained aerial phenomena, underscoring how technology now captures mysteries once lost to time. For those intrigued by paranormal phenomena, this story from Phuket International Airport might catch your attention. According to reports, an airport employee witnessed a group of ghostly figures disembarking from what appeared to be an invisible airplane. While this sounds like something straight out of a movie, the incident was reportedly observed in real life. What makes this even more intriguing is that similar occurrences began happening frequently. Passengers waiting in the terminal late at night also claimed to have seen these mysterious apparitions. The story quickly gained media attention, but when journalists reached out to the airport management for an explanation, they declined to comment, fueling even more speculation. Theories about the sightings vary widely. Skeptics suggest it could be an optical illusion caused by the interplay of light and reflections, common in the dimly lit areas of airports. On the other hand, believers argue these figures might represent the souls of those who perished in past aviation accidents. Flying solo on a commercial flight is almost unheard of, but travel blogger Alex Simon experienced it firsthand on a Philippine Airlines flight to Boracay. From the moment he boarded, the entire crew focused solely on him. The flight attendants, initially surprised, quickly adapted to the rare situation, providing highly personalized service. They gave him a tour of the aircraft, explained systems most travelers never see, and even invited him into the cockpit, where the pilots discussed navigation, weather, and technical aspects of flying. Simon was treated like a VIP. The crew prepared a special meal and he documented every detail, from empty aisles to one-on-one interactions, capturing the surreal experience of having a commercial jet to himself. His footage went viral, earning him instant recognition and showcasing the professionalism of the airline staff. The incident highlighted how off-peak seasons and economic pressures sometimes lead to near-empty flights, yet airlines continue operating to maintain schedules. It also underscored the adaptability of crews who deliver excellent service regardless of passenger load. A passenger filmed a bizarre object in the sky, describing the live sight as far more astonishing than the footage could capture. The twirling, flipping entity resisted every conventional explanation, moving in ways no known aircraft or natural phenomenon could. A self-described believer in extraterrestrial life, the passenger was convinced the object came from beyond Earth. Its movement was unlike human technology. It hovered effortlessly against wind currents, shifted between disc-like and elongated forms, and performed sudden, precise maneuvers impossible for conventional aircraft. What made the sighting compelling was its apparent intelligence. The object didn't drift like debris or follow predictable patterns like a balloon. Instead, it paused motionless, then executed sharp changes in direction as though under conscious control. Multiple passengers confirmed seeing the same behavior, ruling out camera error or individual misperception. Experts who reviewed the footage could not explain it. Meteorologists dismissed atmospheric causes, and aerospace engineers agreed no current technology could reproduce the object's stability, morphing ability, or flight patterns. In April 2013, a photograph from a commercial flight drew worldwide attention. It showed an Orthodox Jewish passenger completely wrapped in a plastic bag, a sight that puzzled fellow travelers before going viral on Reddit. The unusual practice wasn't about avoiding illness. As a Kohen, a descendant of Israel's ancient priests, the man was observing strict religious prohibitions that forbid passing over cemeteries and require ritual separation in certain circumstances. For some ultra-Orthodox communities, the plastic barrier allows air travel while remaining compliant with centuries-old laws. The image sparked debate about religious practices on flights. Some defended his right to belief, while others questioned safety and practicality inside a crowded cabin. Aviation experts weighed in, noting concerns about emergency procedures and passenger safety. Airlines, meanwhile, faced the challenge of respecting religious freedom while enforcing strict regulations. The incident highlighted the clash between ancient traditions and modern air travel, as well as the diversity of backgrounds represented aboard today's flights. In response, the airline consulted both religious authorities and safety experts to develop guidelines that honored faith while upholding safety standards, a model later adopted by other carriers. Enjoyed the video? Before we continue, don't forget to ring the bell, share it with your friends, and hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. It truly helps me out, and I promise to bring you even more awesome content. As children, many of us thought adults had life figured out, only to realize later that some never truly grow up. This became painfully clear in a viral incident where two men argued over an airplane window shade, a dispute that quickly turned into one of the most pointless confrontations in air travel. By policy and etiquette, the passenger in the window seat controls the shade. Others may ask politely, but the final choice rests with the person seated there. In this case, the man demanding the shade be closed wasn't even near the window, he was several rows back. Despite starting politely, he became increasingly insistent, ignoring boundaries and common sense. The window seat passenger stayed calm, pointing out that airline rules supported him and that the open shade had no impact on the complainant. The demanding passenger failed to explain why he cared. There was no sunlight affecting him or screen glare to justify his insistence. The dispute seemed less about comfort and more about exerting control. Eventually, flight attendants stepped in. With patience and professionalism, they reminded both parties of airline policy and diffused a situation that should never have escalated. Filmed in October 2007, a shocking video shows a parachutist balancing on the wing of a flying aircraft, an act that defied logic in aviation safety. Rather than jumping immediately, he stood upright on the wing at reduced speed for several seconds before wind forces finally swept him into free fall. The risks were extreme. Beyond falling from a dangerous height, he could easily have been struck by the spinning propeller. One mistake could have turned the stunt into an accident. Aviation experts who studied the footage were torn between respect for the skill required and alarm at the recklessness involved. The performance demanded flawless coordination between pilot and wing walker, with both lives in jeopardy for only moments of footage. A debate quickly followed over whether the clip was authentic. While skeptics suspected digital trickery, stunt and aviation professionals confirmed its feasibility, citing the technical precision and safety measures needed. The performer, later identified as an experienced skydiver and stuntman, had planned every step: safety harnesses, backup parachutes, and detailed coordination with the pilot to ensure controlled speed and stability. The footage remains popular among extreme sports and aviation fans, representing both human daring and the peril of chasing viral fame. Flight delays usually bring nothing but stress, but when the Philadelphia Orchestra faced a 3-hour delay in Beijing, they transformed frustration into an unforgettable experience. Rather than sit in silence, the musicians retrieved their instruments and gave fellow passengers an impromptu in-flight concert. What began as complaints quickly shifted to excitement as the cabin filled with music. The orchestra performed both classical and lighter pieces, turning the cramped plane into a one-of-a-kind concert hall. Though the acoustics were far from perfect, passengers described the performance as more moving than many traditional concerts. The musicians were en route from Beijing to Macau on their 40th anniversary tour of China, commemorating their groundbreaking 1973 visit. Despite tight seating and limited space, they delivered a performance that turned an ordeal into a celebration. Passengers said the hours flew by and that the experience felt like a once-in-a-lifetime gift. The concert created a rare atmosphere of community, uniting people from different cultures and languages through music. Even the crew paused to listen, with the captain making light-hearted announcements between pieces. Videos recorded during the event went viral, spreading the story worldwide. If you had been on that delayed flight, would you have welcomed the Philadelphia Orchestra's surprise concert or preferred quiet during the wait? Let us know in the comments below. A private pilot once reported encountering large debris suspended motionless in midair, creating one of the most puzzling aviation mysteries in recent memory. Despite his experience with aircraft, weather, and aerial debris, he was unable to identify the object that appeared to defy gravity. The wreckage was sizable and visible, yet it remained stable against wind currents and showed no signs of falling. The pilot circled the anomaly repeatedly before fuel concerns forced him to continue his flight. He filed a detailed report describing its size, position, and unnatural stillness. When air traffic control attempted to redirect other planes to confirm the sighting, the object had vanished. Radar showed nothing unusual, and later flights through the same airspace reported clear skies. Investigations by the FAA and military intelligence began, and the pilot's reputation lent credibility to the case. Explanations range from classified military technology to space debris behaving in unexpected ways, or remnants of an undisclosed crash caught in rare atmospheric conditions. More speculative theories suggested extraterrestrial technology, noting similarities with military reports of unidentified aerial phenomena capable of hovering without visible propulsion. To this day, the floating wreckage remains unresolved, either a profound gap in scientific knowledge or evidence of technology beyond current human capability. Air travel often reveals surprising behaviors from passengers, some of which challenge basic social norms. A male passenger in business class, a section known for its premium comfort and higher ticket prices, decided to browse the in-flight entertainment system using his bare feet. Instead of his hands, he used his toes to scroll through the options on the touchscreen. Although business class offers added luxury, it does not excuse such behavior. The cabin crew, as always, ensures the aircraft is thoroughly cleaned after each flight, disinfecting surfaces and wiping down touch points. However, knowing that a screen was recently handled, or rather footed, in such a way would likely make any future user uncomfortable. While this incident left many shaking their heads, it also sparked questions about etiquette in shared spaces like airplanes. Cleanliness and respect are basic expectations, regardless of the ticket class. Air travel often brings out a mix of behaviors as passengers find ways to pass the time, whether by reading, watching movies, eating, or simply sleeping. Most strive to avoid causing discomfort to others, but occasionally passengers act in ways that defy expectations. In one such incident, a girl on a flight was trying to watch a movie on the built-in tablet attached to the seat in front of her. However, the passenger sitting in that seat had other priorities, namely, preserving her hairstyle. She repeatedly flipped her long hair over the back of the seat, completely covering the screen. When the girl expressed her frustration, her neighbor ignored the complaints and continued her actions. What happened next left many debating who was in the wrong. The girl watching the movie decided to retaliate by pulling chewing gum from her mouth and sticking it into her neighbor's hair. She pressed the gum in firmly, ensuring it would be difficult to remove. This act, caught on video, quickly went viral, sparking widespread discussions online. Some viewers criticized the girl with the gum, arguing that it was excessive and unfair, especially since it would likely require the other passenger to cut her hair. Others defended her, saying the seat occupant deserved it for being inconsiderate by draping her hair over the screen. In France, an airport ground staff member filmed a humanoid figure hovering high in the sky, draped in a cape that billowed in the wind. Unlike most mysterious aerial entities, this one seemed to perform deliberately, maintaining a stable, impossible position as if defying physics. The sighting escalated when a massive lightning bolt shot upward from directly beneath the figure, illuminating the sky. The precision of the strike made it appear as though the figure had summoned or controlled the energy, sparking debate over whether this was a coincidence or a demonstration of supernatural power. Viewers quickly compared the figure to comic book superheroes, noting its dramatic pose, flowing cape, and perfectly timed lightning display. Meteorologists, however, suggested natural explanations, a cloud formation creating the illusion of a human silhouette, combined with storm activity that coincidentally produced lightning. Dubbed the Caped Lightning Crusader, the figure has since become an urban legend. It inspired viral discussions, documentaries, and fan art, while storm chasers and paranormal investigators continue monitoring lightning-prone regions in hopes of capturing more footage. Do you think the Caped Lightning Crusader was a natural weather illusion, or was it something beyond scientific explanation? Let us know in the comments below. Passengers aboard an American Airlines flight from Charlotte Douglas International Airport faced a terrifying sight when flames erupted beneath a wing during engine startup. The aircraft aborted takeoff immediately after passengers and ground crew saw fire shoot from the engine area. The crew responded with textbook precision, shutting down engines, activating fire suppression systems, and initiating evacuation procedures while ground firefighters rushed in. Thanks to their swift actions, no one was injured. Investigators later confirmed the fire was caused by a cracked fuel line that allowed jet fuel to spray onto hot components during startup. The issue was traced to a maintenance oversight during a recent inspection, where the line had not been properly secured. While the failure was serious, its timing likely prevented disaster. Following the investigation, the airline implemented stricter inspection protocols and additional maintenance training to prevent similar oversights. Passengers praised the calm professionalism of the crew, crediting their quick response with averting catastrophe. The event served as a stark reminder of the risks in aviation and the constant vigilance required to keep flying safe. It also reinforced why emergency preparedness and strict maintenance standards remain essential for protecting lives in the air. On an American Airlines flight from New Mexico to Chicago, passengers were forced to restrain a man who attempted to open the emergency exit door at cruising altitude. His erratic behavior quickly escalated as he moved deliberately toward the exit, raising alarm among those nearby. Witnesses reported feeling a rush of air as he began pulling on the door. While cabin pressure normally makes opening such doors nearly impossible at altitude, any breach could have led to catastrophic decompression. Several passengers intervened immediately, overpowering and restraining him before disaster occurred. The crew declared an emergency, began a rapid descent, and coordinated with air traffic control for priority landing. The captain reassured passengers that the threat had passed thanks to the decisive actions of those on board. Authorities later confirmed the man had no known history of mental illness, leaving his motives unclear. The plane diverted to Albuquerque, where police and the FBI arrested him. He now faces serious federal charges for endangering the aircraft and its passengers. The incident reignited debates about aviation security and the difficulty of screening for unpredictable passenger behavior. It also underscored the critical role of travelers themselves in responding to emergencies. Those who intervened were praised by officials and the airline for their quick thinking and bravery. Traveling with pets can be a challenging experience, especially for those who rely on air travel. Rules for transporting animals vary significantly between countries, and in many cases pets weighing more than 8 kilograms, including their carriers, are not allowed in the cabin. Instead, they are placed in the luggage compartment, a situation that understandably causes stress for both pets and their owners. For some pet owners, the thought of leaving their beloved companion alone in the cargo hold is unbearable. In this case, a passenger traveling with a cat was caught off guard when the animal managed to escape its carrier while the owner was asleep. The curious feline began exploring the cabin, wandering among passengers and creating an unusual spectacle. Although the cat seemed oblivious to the potential consequences, its actions put the owner at risk of facing penalties for violating airline regulations. Unfortunately, the story's conclusion remains unknown, but it highlights the importance of following transport guidelines and securing pets properly during flights. What's the weirdest thing you've ever caught on camera? These 15 incredible moments captured by flight passengers represent just a fraction of the extraordinary phenomena occurring in our skies every day. The next time you're on a flight, keep your camera ready and your eyes on the horizon. You never know what extraordinary moment you might witness and capture for the world to see. Let me know in the comments below what you think about these incredible sightings, and don't forget to subscribe for more amazing content that explores the mysteries of our world. If you enjoyed today's video, please give it a like and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Your support means a lot to us. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for being with us. Leave a comment, like to show your support, and remember to hit that subscribe button for more exciting videos. See you next time.